Sure.
Perfect. Hi everyone. I hope everyone is doing great and start of your week is going well. Welcome to our live session. We are going to discuss a very important topic, having a great mindset. But before that, I like to ask my colleague to introduce themselves. Kimia John, you first.
Sure. Thank you very much for inviting us to this session. And definitely, it's my pleasure to be a part of this session and maybe share a bit of my background and definitely my knowledge and experience, both in neuroplasticity, neuroscience, and definitely business and business management. This is Kimia. I'm a university professor from Ontario, Canada. And here about this session, I would say I'm going to mostly focus on business management. And I would say the kind of mindset that we need in order to start any sort of skill, more specifically a business, especially those kind of business which is going to be something new for the society, such as online business. We need to introduce it carefully and definitely with enough detail to make sure everybody out there who deserve understanding the concept of it, they are ready to start their own journey. Maybe I'm going to pass it to Nagarjun. If you want, please go on. And of course, the plan is not to finish it up maybe in one session. Definitely, this is not something that we can maybe introduce in one sitting or two sitting. I believe so far we already discussed enough about what is digital marketing, the technical part of it. I keep saying digital marketing is a combination of art and science. The science part of it, which is like establishing the digital platform or let's say social media platform already, I think in our pages, you can find enough information about it. Now we are going to focus mostly on the art part of it. Art is going to, in social media marketing and let's say digital marketing, be kind of focused about who we are, which is self-development. Because if we are not going to engage our own, let's say, self-development or soft skill into the business, kind of the business is gonna lack, is gonna stay behind. So you must work on that part. And I keep saying, almost based on different studies, in most of the businesses, but especially digital marketing, it is mostly focused on your soft skill than your technical skills, somehow maybe 70% of it. So we are planning to kind of cover that part for anyone who's interested, to make sure they have enough information and they have enough trust that we can support them even in that part, not only the technical part. We are going to be live at least 2-3 times per week now on for a couple of weeks, and definitely we are going to answer any of your questions. If you are good enough with all of the answer, you can also join us and be a part of this business. Nagarjun, if you don't mind, introduce yourself, and then we can just have a quick introduction about what is mindset.
Sure. Thank you so much, Rosa John and Kimia John, for having me here today. Um, yeah, definitely. Like Kimia John said, it's a combination of art and science, I believe, and business, and all together this digital marketing online business is. And the past 4 to 5 years, people are more they're more looking for something to do online and have more free time with their families. So I believe this is a wonderful opportunity for everybody to be able to spend time with their family. And I have a grown-up daughter. I'm not really, I'm free to travel. So for me, passion is travel, as Rosa June knows. And so basically it gives us the freedom to do things that we love to do. And as far as what you mentioned about self-development, I read something not read, I watched something yesterday that really impacted me a lot. It was life-changing, transforming story it is the book. And in the book it said, every live in your own um, beingness. In other words, everybody live for yourself, live yourself, be yourself is what I'm trying. Be yourself, because everybody else is taken. Okay, so just to have that authenticity, be authentic to ourselves is the best way, the most favorable favor we can do to ourselves. So that's, to me, that's number one. Okay, just being ourselves, and that's the best way of self-development that you mentioned. I personally myself, I've been a seeker, uh, a seeker of many career paths. Let's put it this way: start with the career path, and I've done so much, so many. I've tried, and I've even, let's call them shiny objects. I've gone through all that. Okay, and I always come back to what I want to do for myself, being my own boss. You know, I've done traditional business. I've done so many marketing businesses, and being a seeker, meaning I spend money, and if it didn't resonate with me, I guess no problem. But it comes back to what is it that we really really want to do. And the other thing that I learned yesterday, because the whole time, my whole life, I was all about inspiration. Okay, what is it that inspires us? Okay, and I learned, yesterday, based on my own experience with two people, because everything is in, like a synchronicity, we call it, right? In sync. So you get, when you're looking for something, you get the signs. You meet people that teach you about the same thing that you're contemplating on. And so so my thing was, um, we are here to learn about ourselves, and it's not about inspiration anymore. To me, I've always thought that, okay, what is it that inspires me? What I realized, what inspiration could be temporary thing, you know
Yeah, exactly.
it comes and goes. So like this guru.
Inspiration is not creating mind, Negarjo, because
Right.
it is just happening one time. Mind is gonna be created by repeating something. If we are just sitting maybe in a seminar, workshop somewhere, somebody is a like inspirational speaker, they say something, we might be excited and then leave couple of maybe minutes, hour, we are okay, and then after that we are again down. Because as I
Yeah.
mentioned earlier in other recording, being excited is the worst,
Mhm.
maybe kind of feeling that we can have.
Mhm.
Many people out there, regular people who might not be really familiar with brain programming, they
Mhm.
think excitement is a great feeling.
Well,
And
because
then
because
excitement is not a great feeling.
right. And I believe, based on, again, I'm not, my background is health science, so I love science. But of course, I don't know as much as Kim Jun
Oh,
you.
no, no.
But however, based on my experiences and the books that I read every day, I wake up at almost 4. Today I woke up at 4. And whenever the universe wakes me up, it doesn't matter, because God is trying to tell me things. I really,
Yeah.
I've never taken one night of anything like that, because so when I wake up at 4 and I read until whoever, I don't even know, time is an illusion. I don't even know, 3 hours, 4 hours. So based on what I do know, you're right, because that excitement you're talking about, it's all based on emotions.
Yeah.
And feelings are different than emotions. Emotions is what, like I said, inspiration,
No,
all the
emotion
time.
is
And I would love
energy
to share my
in
experience
motion.
with people. I'm sorry.
Emotion is energy in motion.
Right, energy in exactly,
Yeah.
motion. Right.
Yeah.
And it could be, it's like stress. Stress could be good or bad, right? It could be, stress is not a bad thing because it motivates us. Emotions, to me, is when we get excited, when we get inspired. And I love to teach, to talk to people about what I know, because those are my experiences. Anybody who can relate to them, they can use it or leave it. But based on my experience, I've always thought inspiration was a good thing. But I realized, you know what, it's temporary, can come and go. What really sticks is, what is it that tangibly you can use it, and then you can go on and do whatever your enjoyment is, or hobby is, or
Thanks,
maybe that.
Negoji. Yeah. Just wanted to add a little bit about my experience. I didn't have an introduction, just for people that
Yeah.
see me for the first time. I'm mom of 2 and working for more than 10 years in corporate job and doing this online business beside as a plan B, and doing this amazing community I'm doing as a mentor and coach, and the experience I get that those people to having a great mindset, positive mindset, they are very successful. They get the result very easily, and I like you guys that mostly talk. I know that Kimia John, some of your Zoom. Do you want to give some of the suggestion that people to have always mindfulness, that to have a positive mindset, to have some things that whatever they do, make sure that positive mindset help them to succeed much more than faster and easier on this online business or whatever that they are doing. I like it to some of the advice if you want for this session to give our friends.
Sure, definitely the first thing that we always should start with is knowing who we are. What's the reality that we are living with it inside, not outside? Because whatever we see in the 3D reality of the life is not exactly who we are. Some of it is accident, some of it is like permanent, some temporary. But who we really are is the way that we feel. Our feeling is who we are, not our 3D reality, which is the body or the physics. Feeling generally is created based on a repeated thought. Repeated thoughts, again, is those that we call them hardwired thoughts. Any sort of thoughts that we are going, generally human per day is going through 60,000 to 600 to 700,000 thoughts per day.
Wow.
Imagine 600 to 700,000 thoughts per day. But how many of those thoughts we are aware of them? Probably we can notice 1 or 2 of them per day, few of them per day. If we are so much concentrated, if we are really monitoring our brain, what's going on, what's our real feeling, and definitely our manifestation in this life, attraction in this life is not based on our physical effort, it's based on our emotional effort. Because this is our emotion which is setting us in different level of frequency, not our daily physical effort. Daily physical efforts, maybe their impact is just 5 to 10% in achievement. Mostly it is emotional effort. If that's like, for example, what we do is a function of what we do daily physically, definitely those who are, for example, workers, that they are doing more hard work, they have to have more achievement. So it's not a function of that. It's a function of feeling. This is feeling which is creating your frequency, and frequency is your magnetic field. We are going to generate 2 types of magnetic field, one through brain, one through heart. The one through brain has a, let's say, smaller or maybe weaker frequency. It's only, let's say, again, 10% of our frequency. Most of it, almost 90% of our magnetic field, if I want to be really accurate, I would say electromagnetic field. It is created through heart. Then the combination, Nagarjuna talked about synchronicity. Synchronicity is when our thoughts synchronize with our feeling. That's what we call it, synchronicity. That's the time that, based on how much our thoughts energy or frequency, I would say, is matched with our feeling frequency, then we generally see some signs. If the synchronicity is more and more, we see a stronger sign, or I would say we see the manifestation. It is happening. So why it's not happening quickly and instantly? Because our feeling and thoughts are not, thought is what we want. Feeling is our belief, and belief means something which is repeated over and over, which is hardwired thought. In order to come to an understanding who we are, now what to do? We have to monitor our hardwired thoughts for some time, not only 1 day or 2 days. And then after some time, you see, remember I said 600,000 to 700,000. Imagine every day we repeat like the day before. Most of the people, they repeat exactly the thoughts that they had the day before. If you wanted to start generating, let's say, positive mindset, or generally, if you are planning to change our mindset, if I want to simplify it, what is mindset? Means the program which is automatically running in our brain every day. If you wanted to change that, first we have to unlearn the existing one. We cannot and nobody can remove the existing mind in their body. We cannot remove it. All we can do is creating a new one and then switch to using that one instead of this one. That's why we can never forget about whatever happened to us in the past. We cannot remove any. It's not like your cell phone or your computer that you have, for example, one application and you can delete it if you don't want it. Our brain is not like that. We cannot delete it. It's behind the scene. All we can do is not to use it. How many applications you have installed in your cell phone? Let's say 20 applications, but you don't use all 20 every day. They are there, they are sitting in there, so they don't bother you if you don't touch them. But as soon as you go open them, you touch them, simply means you activate them. That's what we call it a new mindset, or let's say positive mindset, in order to achieve a new goal. So you have to first create another program, which is that application, which you are going to install a new application on your cell phone, and then keep using it every day until that application on your cell phone or that new program on your brain is the automatic program, which is going to run without any effort from your side.
Thank you. Was the example that completely makes sense for me.
Make sense? Yeah.
Makes sense. The things that since I met Negarjan, exactly the same. I remember when we talked few months ago, she's saying that she wanted to learn new things. She wanted to inspire people. Is not wanted to change the status quo. Is not the same as before. Negarjan, if you want to add some point as well.
I wrote down a couple of things. It all comes down to practice, because I believe I believe everything is all practice. You know, it's our mind that deceives us. It's only our mind, because our higher self, if I can, Rosajan, talk a little bit high. I don't want to use the word
not very technical.
so philosophical words, but let's call it higher self, because it's only our mind that really, for example, a cat, a cat, if you throw something at a cat, he or she grabs it, right? Very, like, without thinking, because they don't think about the past, right? So if we can practice to be like a cat, we can be, because our mind takes us back in the past. What has happened to us, as you probably, a lot of people know by now, what is happening for us. Instead of saying for us, people go, our mind takes us, including myself, back in the past. This is why we have so much trash in our mind. This is how I experienced that. I'm talking about my own experience. We sometimes feel like frozen, like a rock, like a tree, but even tree is more like have more consciousness, I should say. But so if we can train and practice our mind to be present, then we can make anything happen. Be like animals that without thinking, they just instinctively do things, And the other thing I was going to say, based on what Kim Yo-jun said, you mentioned something about, I guess you said, creating new things and touching, and it reminded me, I hope that's related to what you were saying, but it reminded me of like statues. Statues are dead, right? But it's only in our mind. If we can when we create something, it can be like touching the statue and make it live. That's how much power we have. That's called live image. But if we don't, they stay dead. We don't have to. It's only us that make things happen, create things. We can leave it as dead statue, dead image, or live image. What is it that we want? Living the present moment is the live image. It's the only thing that is real. The rest is gone, done.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. I love it. I'm going to watch the live again when finished again. Yeah, but I think for today's session it was amazing. I really enjoy, and I hope whoever that watching us from Facebook, other media, you guys, if you have any question, reach out to us, or if you have any specific question, or do you want a specific topic, we are more than happy to talk about that. If let's leverage from Kimia Jan experience, Kimia Jan and Negar Jan, and make sure that we covering what you want for our live session. Okay, Kimia Jan, do you want to say anything for the last words and before the live session finish?
Sure, I can just wrap it up maybe with reminding everybody that please do not blame yourself if you are like always confused with your feeling. But what I ask everybody to just focus on it is please understand you have three types of mind: unconscious mind, conscious mind, and definitely analytical mind. Analytical mind is a mind that, since Negarjan said, like animals. Why animal doesn't think? Because animal lack one mind than human. They don't have analytical mind. Analytical mind is a layer between the two, unconscious and conscious. And usually even us as a human, we start developing that level of mind between the age of 6 to 10 years old. That's why kids under age of 6 years old, they do not have analytical mind. They don't analyze things. Whatever you give them or feed their brain as a program, they accept it. They think, okay, that's the rule, that's the law, this is what it is. They don't argue with you, right? That's why they don't have one layer of mind. Animal the same. In order to, this is a great, I would say, blessing for human having an extra piece than animals. But what we need to practice is learning how to use this extra blessing that we have, which is the analytical mind. We can start maybe this kind of scientific detailed info, sharing it with the public, detailed information from next time. But I believe for today, it's better to wrap it up, to not to make it boring for people. And definitely, we are here to support you with any of the question, any of the concern that may help you in order to start a new skill, more specifically digital marketing with us. In case you are still in a state of decision making, not 100% sure what to do.
Amazing, thank you. Yeah, Negar Jan, do you want to say last word? Say.
Well, no, that's pretty much Kimia Jan wrapped it all up, and we can continue
Amazing.
the next session. And just let everybody know we're here if there's any questions. But most importantly, appreciate yourself. Don't take anything for granted. I believe that there's never nothing happening. There's always something happening to teach us things that we should know. Only if we listen. Only if we listen.
Yes, absolutely.
Connected with that.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate for you both for your time, and thank you everyone watching our live session, and have a great time, everyone.
You too. And of course,
Bye.
feel free to contact us through the website that all of us, we do have it on the bio, or send us direct message in case you are seeking for some answer to your question.
Absolutely amazing. Thank
Take
you.
care then.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
bye.